Brian Heilman. Welcome to the Valder Beebe Show live out of Dallas, Texas. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for the chance to be here.
Thank you. I want my audience to know I'll be speaking to Brian Heilman. He is the senior researcher at the Movember Research Institute. Brian, before we get started, tell me, what is the Movember Research Institute?
Yeah, well, I mean, Movember in general is the largest charity in the world that's focused on men's health issues. And recently we launched this institute in order to do more of our own research into some of the root causes and drivers and sources of men's health challenges.
Okay, and you guys want to change the face of men's health lives?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, you can understand our campaign focuses on the month of November, where we ask men to grow a mustache for the month of November. It's kind of a lighthearted challenge. We've been doing it for over 20 years in countries all around the world. And we find that this mustache is a way of opening up conversations around men's health issues that are otherwise pretty tricky to talk about. So that means prostate cancer, testicular cancer, mental health, and also suicide prevention.
Okay. So how important is it that men start talking about their mental health issues? What I'm finding is I'm doing a thing with a millennial and I think Gen Xer, and they believe men just don't talk at all unless they ask them questions.
Sure. Yeah, well, I mean, that resonates with me, and that's part of why we feel it's so vitally important. I mean, it's not as if every case will end this way, but unfortunately in this country we see that 100 men die by suicide every single day. And these deaths are preventable, but if we're going to prevent them, we have to start the conversation, start talking more openly with one another.
So how do you engage a friend that you know struggling with mental health, or, you know, they need to they need to be with a therapist? How do you do that?
Right. And I mean, as you were mentioning, it can be a little bit hard to get guys talking about these things, but believe me, guys are desperate for a chance to feel someone in their life with whom they can take the mask off, like unburden themselves from having to perform as if they are absolutely crushing it and doing great in every domain. And if you can be that resource for someone, that's the most important thing. You yourself don't have to be suddenly the therapist or the mental health expert. You just have to ask them, listen openly, hold the floor for them. And I think your researchers, your people you're working with might be surprised how eager and willing guys are to just like be authentic with someone where they feel safe to do that.
The thing is, my little group, this is very unscientific. We're media people over here, keep that in mind. But what they found out is they had a thing my team said they had knowing. When you know a problem, okay, you know that the problem exists, and then there's knowing when you act upon the problem. So they found out a lot of people weren't knowing. They weren't acting upon the problem.
Okay.
So can you get men involved and so that they can know for themselves?
Totally. I mean, I think you're getting at something very real, that when we raise boys and there's messages around being tough, man up, shake it off, walk it off, whatever, like those kinds of messages that, you know, I'm kind of an elder millennial. I even grew up in a generation where those messages were all around me, right? And so when that's what you absorb from a young age, then you don't necessarily have the skill of even recognizing in yourself that, okay, this is actually anxiety that I'm going through. This is clinical depression that I'm going through. You don't have the skill to recognize it because you've kind of been taught, no, guys don't have that. That's not real. Shake it off, you know? So that's what I'm talking about in terms of breaking the stigma, giving guys spaces where they can take that mask off. And I think your point is actually really savvy, that the first step is recognizing.
It is. It really is. Tell me a little bit more about Movember. You know, this is a big challenge you guys have taken on.
Totally. And I think we might have to head out after this answer, but you know, Movember, as I was saying, is the largest charity in the world focused on men's health. It's all around this annual campaign for the month of November where guys grow mustaches and have conversations about men's health. We encourage all your listeners to head to Movember.com and learn more about how they can sign up and participate.
Brian, this has been so important. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.